what's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sophia if you are new. Today's video is going to be a super exciting video. I'm not sure if I've ever done a video like this on my channel, but it's going to be all about drugstore makeup, trying new makeup from the drugstore. Whenever I get PR from the drugstore, I usually just go ahead and put it in like its organization and where it all goes. But I thought I wanted to try something different today, something that I haven't either done in a really long time on my channel or just something I've never done before, and that's trying new drugstore makeup. If you've been following me for a while, you know I am a high-end makeup kind of girl. I do have some things from the drugstore that I really love, but most of the time my heart belongs to Sephora. I don't know why, it's how I've always been. I just love Sephora, I love high-end makeup. It's just the person I was born. So I'm really excited to switch it up on my channel today. I did already apply a moisturizer because I kind of wanted to stick with the same face base as far as that goes, since I am trying out new foundations and new products on my skin. I kind of wanted to keep my main base the same so my skin doesn't freak out too much if it does freak out. But without further ado, let's just go ahead and get started. In this video, I will say you guys will see me use a lot of e.l.f. products. That's because I've been on their PR list now for quite some time. So thank you, e.l.f. You're gonna be featured in this video a lot. I'm gonna go ahead and start priming my face. These are two products. Actually, I think I've tried this one before. This is the e.l.f. Hydrating Base Face Primer. I'm gonna go ahead and apply this one all over my skin, and then I'm gonna take the e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer and apply it in my T-zone area, just as if I was doing my makeup like how I usually do. I took a pump of the hydrating one, and I'm just gonna go ahead and smooth it all in. This feels like the Smashbox original photo focus primer. Like the texture is like very silicone-y, if that makes sense, but it feels good. Next, I am taking the e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer. First impressions is it's not the type of pore primer I was expecting, but it feels a lot like the hydrating one where it feels like silicone-y. So we'll see. This one has like a eucalyptus spa scent to it, which I don't mind. But if you are sensitive to scents, keep that in mind. I also feel like when I use a pore primer, sometimes I feel like it really dries out my nose area. And this one actually feels very smooth and hydrating, so it's nice. This step in my makeup, I'm gonna keep it the same. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Coconut 3-in-1 Primer Water. You guys see me do this every time I do my makeup because the stuff's bomb. Go ahead and just ban myself. While all this is kind of just soaking into the skin, kind of marinating, I want to give it just a minute to kind of, you know, soak in obviously into the skin. This is what it looks like. It looks really good so far. I'm excited to see the primers. I do have a couple breakouts on my skin, so it'll be interesting to see how the foundation lays. For foundation today, I'm taking the CoverGirl, the new CoverGirl Matte Ambition All Day Shine Free Foundation. I say new, but I think this has been out for at least a couple months now, but it's new to me. They sent this to me in PR when it first came out, and I never tried it, so I'm excited to try it. I'm using the shade Light Cool. Do my usual, just start to stipple it into the skin. This has a fragrance too. It smells like chemicals, honestly. Yeah, it smells like Clorox cleanup or something. I'm gonna stipple it into my skin. The color looks really nice and like it matches, and it's actually not too matte. It might be because I did like the hydrating primer and also that spray. It's not as matte as I was kind of thinking it was gonna be. Whenever I hear fragrance, whenever I hear matte foundation, I automatically connect it to Huda Beauty Faux Filter. Like that to me is matte. So now whenever I hear matte, I just automatically assume it's gonna be like that foundation, and that foundation is so matte and so intense that like, that's why I've been staying away from matte foundations, because I just, like, that foundation is too much for me to take. Now that that's on with the brush, I'm actually really liking the coverage it gave. I don't feel like it's super full coverage. I feel like it's just a really nice medium to full, and I'm gonna go ahead and build it up like I always do. I'm taking some on the back of a damp sponge and I'm just gonna start to press. I like to do this, I said this in my last video, because I like to just build and see how a foundation can build, if it can. It's really helpful for you guys to know too. This is nice. This looks really good. I'm actually kind of surprised. I really like this. Like, it doesn't look matte at all. It looks very natural, if anything. So far, I think this foundation is really good. I'm actually really surprised by it. I think it looks not as matte as I was thinking it was gonna be. It just gives a really pretty natural finish to the face. Also, you guys saw me build it up with a beauty blender. I think we might have a winner. I really, really like this foundation. Taking the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer in the shade Rich Cocoa. This is super dark, so I'm really gonna use just a little bit, but I really love this concealer. I recently used it in one of my other videos, so I'm actually gonna just start on one side of my face and then do the other, because I know this concealer sets very, very quickly. So I'm actually gonna put it straight onto a brush. That way I feel like I'll have a little bit more flexibility. Oh gosh. So I thought. That's all right though. Oh Lord, this is so pigmented. This is a bomb concealer, but dang, it's all right. I literally just dabbed a tiny bit on and you get all that color. I just want to give my face like a natural looking bronzy kind of contour look, so just, I don't need that much of it either. This definitely has more red undertones to it, but whatever. I'll be able to go in with powder bronzer and really clean it up. And same with my concealer. I'll be able to fix this mess I kind of just started. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and tap this out with a damp beauty blender. Gave a nice color, but way too deep. For the concealer today, I'm kind of debating between these two. I'm probably honestly gonna take the L'Oreal one. I also have the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. Love this concealer, it's bomb. But the L'Oreal one is also a really great one. So I'm gonna take this one. I'm in the shade 320, and I'm gonna go ahead and just conceal in places where I typically would. This concealer is super full coverage, and I love it so much. I think it's a bomb concealer. I'm also gonna take a little bit on the eyelid to prime. Go ahead and just tap and blend everything out. Like always, tapping out with a beauty blender. To set all of this, I have the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder in Fair. Start with the Fit Me one to bake and set underneath the eyes. I'm gonna go ahead and just set and bake with the Maybelline one. Like always, applying to the beauty blender and then tapping out the excess of the powder on the back of my hand. That just really ensures that you don't pick up all that powder, and apply it directly under your eye and then cause it to build and to cake. Same thing on the other eye. Also, if you guys get creases under your eye pretty quick, I do recommend you go in right away and set. Personally, I don't really get that bad of creases underneath my eye if I wait a minute, so that's why you saw me just kind of not really rush. But if you do get creases, you're gonna want to tap those out. just gonna set. Wow. Gosh. My face looks good today. Like, I'm shook. I always powder my entire nose, by the way, to make my nose super matte. I was not expecting these products to look this good. They all look really nice. I am not using drugstore products on my eyebrows because I just can't. I haven't found a drugstore eyebrow product that I'm really in love with, so I'm just gonna stick to my usual routine, Anastasia and Benefit, and I will see you guys in 1 second. Now that my eyebrows are done, I'm gonna go ahead and just set the rest of my face and remove the bake. So for the powder, I'm gonna be using the CoverGirl Matte Ambition Powder. Once again, I've never tried this, and it's the same as the actual liquid foundation we used, which I was pretty surprised by, you guys saw with that foundation. So maybe this one will surprise me too and not be as matte, because I'm really over the matte look. I really have been enjoying just like a natural dewy look. So I'm just wiping away the bake right now. I shouldn't say always, I've recently been setting my rest of the face with a powder foundation because I've really just like the extra layer it gives to the skin. And then also I feel like it just really holds in like my bronzer, my blush, the highlighter products I go on with. I feel like it just really helps everything just blend and go on better. I am gonna have to apply some more powder underneath the eyes because I've never used these eyeshadows before, and I always put powder on under the eyes if I haven't tried it. So I'm gonna be taking the LA Girl Banana one, and I do this because if I do experience any type of fallout, when I go and like swipe away this powder, the eyeshadow will also swipe away, so I don't have to worry about the glitter or the matte shades sticking to my eyes. And for the eyeshadow palettes, y'all, I have so many. I have all these different e.l.f. eyeshadow palettes. They sent me the Rose Gold Nude. They also sent me the Mad for Matte. I have the Rose Gold Sunset. Whoops. The Mad for Matte Jewel Pop, Mad for Matte Summer Breeze, Everyday Smoky. And then for the big palettes they sent, I have the Opposites Attract, the 18 Hit Wonders, and then I also have the New Classics. I'm gonna use the New Classics palette. I kind of want to do a smoky eye today. That's why I want to use this one. So I'm going to just get a flat-ish brush, and I'm going to take the shade Cream and just apply it all over the lid to set as like my base. You guys can see like all of the kick up it has, so just keep that in mind. I'm gonna go ahead now with that shade right next to it, the shade Truffle, and I'm gonna use it just on a fluffy brush. I'm gonna use this brush. And just apply it all in the crease area and the upper brow area, just like this. I'm going in very, very light-handed, like you guys can see. I'm just patting it and blending. I'm still just using the shade Truffle right now. Oh, this is so weird using like different eyeshadows. I've been using Natasha Denona ones for, God, at least a couple of months now. Those are the only shadows I've been using. So it's just weird, you know, using another eyeshadow that you haven't used in a while, especially once you get used to a certain formula and how they blend and work. I mean, it's not like these are bad shadows, but I mean, they're not Natasha Denona shadows. That's what I'm trying to say. And then I'm just doing the same thing on the other eye with that same shade Truffle. I really like this color though, because I feel like I could do a cool or a warm toned look with it, because I feel like it's just a really pretty nice transition shade. Like, it doesn't have a lot of cool tone in it, but then again, it also doesn't have a lot of warm tones. So I feel like it's just a really great transition shade. Okay, so now that that is on, I'm going to be taking the shade Darling. It's a more warm toned one. Just right next to it, I'm going to be taking it on that same Morphe brush that I used to blend out Truffle. And I'm keeping this one more in the crease. So just like lightly putting it down on the outer V, and then just lightly doing a circular motion, and then just slowly doing circles till I reach the inner corner, and then going backwards. Just like this. That'll just give a lot of, see how much more depth and dimension it added? Same thing here, start here, slowly circle, and then circle. I'm not really sure what lid color I'm gonna go in with. I might do like a green. I haven't done green in a long time. I'm doing green. I'm doing a green. The new classic. So I'm gonna take Opulent, actually. I feel like Moss just has too much of that like purple in it, and I don't really want that. I just want like a true green. So I'm gonna take Opulent on my finger, and we're just gonna see how this works. Cause I really want like a green, smoky. Yeah, that looks good. It looks a little dingy. Like, I feel I need just a little bit more glitter, but I can always add a little bit of glitter liner to it. I really enjoy a lot of glitter in my shimmer shadows. Like, that to me just looks more like matte, and I'll show you guys. I'll zoom you in a sec and show you what I'm talking about. Just needs a little bit more shimmer. I just feel like I said, it looks like a little bit dirty in my opinion. So this is what it looks like up close. See what I mean? How it just looks a little bit dirty? The e.l.f. Shimmering Gold. It's like a gold liner. Color, apply it to the lid, and then tap it out. Just adding that shimmer adds a dimension to the shadow, whereas like before it looked like it wasn't really anything. This is just adding a nice little reflect and depth to the eye. Especially because, like I said, that eyeshadow isn't super pigmented or super shimmery. Alright, so now that is on, I'm just going to dust away that bake that I put underneath to make sure everything doesn't have the fallout. And now I'm going to go ahead and work on the lower lash line. I'm just going to go ahead and take those like same colors, the Truffle and the Darling shade, and I'm just going to start to work them on the lower lash line. Take a little bit more of Darling and Truffle mixed on that smaller blending brush and just blend it underneath the eye to really make it smoky. For my lashes, I'm going to go ahead and do those off camera, but I am using the Kiss number 11 on my eyelashes and did a little mascara. I used, I'm trying to find it. I can never find stuff, you know, like once you set it down, you're like, where is it, where is it? Here it is. I used the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise Mascara. This is the best mascara ever, so get you some. So now that my eyes are pretty much done, I can move on to the rest of my face. For bronzer, I'm going to be taking the Butter Bronzer in the shade Light Bronze from Physicians Formula. Now, I don't have like a contour from the drugstore, so I'll see if this will be enough. I'm going to be using the Fenty bronzing brush because I find that when I use this, it does help give a more contoured look. So we'll see. I might not need a contour, especially after that e.l.f. one, or yeah, the e.l.f. one that I used earlier. That was pretty intense. So we'll see. It's just a really interesting formula and it smells amazing. I'm not adding too much on my forehead area since I already have a pretty small forehead. And then I'm gonna take it down. I'm gonna take this hourglass brush though and just pick up a little more and just blend it all in together from the same bronzer. I always like to do this because I feel like it just evenly distributes it with a bigger fluffy brush. And then it's easier to kind of get like a larger area of the skin. All right. That looks good. I'm gonna blend it out just a little. This is a MAC brush. Some more of the Maybelline Fit Me powder. The reason why I'm taking just a little more is because I want to just kind of define underneath where I put that. Not too much, but I do want to define it more since this is like a more smoky, dramatic look. I'm going to use this one by L'Oreal. This is the Paradise Enchanted Scented Blush in Just Curious with a clean blush brush. It picks up a lot of product and I'm just going to go ahead and apply it. A little on the nose. Yeah, that looks better. It wasn't really picking it up at first, so I really had to like kind of dig in and get past that first layer. My highlighter today, I feel like this is not going to be a shock, you guys. I'm going in with the Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighter. This one's limited edition. I've literally talked about this in every single one of my videos that I've recently posted. It is just such a bomb highlighter. It's so pretty. I'm trying to find a brush to apply it with. I'm going to take it on the inner corners of my eyes, underneath my brow bone, and then as a base for my powder highlight on my cheek. This highlighter is just so bomb. Like, it looks so good with any look. Even if you have like a medium skin tone or you're darker than me, you can use this as a inner corner highlight and it'll just pop and make your eyes look so awake and beautiful. It's just a really great one. And then underneath the brow bone, just a little bit. I haven't really been enjoying like a brow bone highlight lately. And then just on the other brow bone. Do some on the cheeks. I'm not doing as much because the highlighters that I'm going to use are also pretty intense and I kind of want to use all of them. So these are both the Pixi by Petras. This one's Delicate Dew. This one's Subtle Sunrise. Last summer I used the heck out of these. I used these so much. They are such a gorgeous formula. Oh my gosh. Very creamy, very buttery, like you guys can see on camera. They just reflect like crazy. These are the two ones that I'm gonna be using. This gold one here, and I think this one's Subtle Sunrise. Yeah, this gold one in here is like a dupe to the Omrezi one, so you're welcome. I'm gonna take it on that same Anastasia brush. I do have to be a little careful with these though because they do kind of give me that cast since I am more fair, but it's okay. Oh my god, that's so pretty. Just gives that really like wet look. Hello. The highlight and everything is on, I'm gonna go ahead and set my face. I'm using the Pixie Rose Glow Mist. I've never tried this spray before, so like always, I'm gonna spray some to see what kind of mist we're working with. I think this will set my makeup. If it doesn't, I'll probably just go in with the Wet n Wild one. So I'll go in with a couple sprays of this and see what it does. And then stand it. Yeah, I don't think this is a setting spray, but it feels really good. I'm for sure gonna go in with the Wet n Wild one. All right, I'm gonna go in with the Wet n Wild coconut one. And then the Wet n Wild coconut one does leave droplets if you don't fan yourself immediately, so just keep that in mind. I've made that mistake. I'm taking Rimmel London East End Snob and just lining my lips. This is such a pretty color even on its own. Like if I didn't want to go in with a liquid lip, it's a really nice liner. I'm actually going to be taking the NYX Cairo. I haven't used this in a while and I just really like this shade, so. It's not very opaque. It's alright, I'm going to take a little bit of Virgin though. And just tap it. Okay, so this is what the final tutorial looks like and what my face looks like. I'm going to be honest, I really love everything I tried in this video. There's one thing that I'm kind of like, I wish it was better, was definitely the shimmer shade that I put on my lid. I just feel like it doesn't look as good as it could, and I feel like it's kind of bringing my vibe down. I just wish it was more pigmented and had more shimmer, but the mattes in that palette were really nice. So other than that, I'm really obsessed with this makeup look. I feel like it looks super high-end and nice. The foundation definitely was a huge standout to me. I'm really shocked by this, and I'm gonna keep using this with other products and primers. I also really did like these two primers. I don't know, maybe it was a combination of the three that made it look really good, but I think this turned out really good. I think my makeup looks pretty dang good. So that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this drugstore makeup tutorial first impressions. Like always, please subscribe, give this video a huge thumbs up, leave me comments below on what you would like to see next on my channel, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.